Okay, happy Wednesday. Today we're going to talk about box plots. Now, this is the same data as yesterday. Yes, I'm using the same data as yesterday because this is actually how you build a box plot. Now, a box plot is a way of describing this data without having to have all the data in front of you, and it makes a nice little picture out of it. So, first thing we need to do is have a number line. Now, you notice the number line isn't all the numbers on it. We spaced it out a little bit. We need to know a few things. We need to know our minimum, our lower quartile, our median, which I should really relabel, our upper quartile, and our maximum number. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to just go literally from left to right. Now, the minimum and the maximum both just get a dot over the number line, not on it, but over it. So I'm looking for 19, so here's 20. I'll put my dot about here. It's close to 19, but we don't want it on the number line. Now, let's put our maximum in. I know I said from left to right, but in this case, since we're doing dots, let's keep with dots. 41. There's my next dot. Now, for my lower quartile, our upper quartile, and median, we make these with a straight line. On our graph, at least. I'm just doing this here for the idea of organization. So, we want to put our lower quartile, our line, at 24. So here's 25. About here is 24. Our median is at 30, so that's pretty straightforward. 30 is right here. And our upper quartile at 34, so just in front of the 35 here. Now that we have these lines and dots, where's the box? You already drew the box. We connect our points here and here. There's our box plot. And now we connect our points to the center of the box. Now this is your box plot. This is how you read a box plot. The middle number, this is always your median. So no matter where this is, that's the middle of your data. This part here is going to be our lower quartile. This part here will be our upper quartile. This will be our minimum. This will be our maximum. And now we can do, without having to do anything with these numbers, our interquartile range, find the difference between the upper and lower quartiles. We can find our full range between the minimum and the maximum. We can also figure out what percentage of our data is in each section. So, if we're splitting this up into quarters, 1/4 is equal to, that's right, 25%. So here's 25% of the data. Here's 25% of the data. Here's 25% of the data. And here's 25% of the data. From here, I could ask the question, what percent of the data is between 19 and 30? Or what percent of the data is between 30 and 34? I could even ask what percentage of data is between 24 and 41. And I can just do this by adding in how many of those sections there are. So this is if you have to make one. If you are given one, though, like over here, I can do the same thing. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start labeling. This is going to be my minimum. Overlap 2 letters. My minimum. This will be my maximum. This will be my lower quartile, my median, and my upper quartile is right here. So now if I was to ask you, what is the range? Okay, fine. The range, again, is max minus min. So let's say that's 63. And we'll call our minimum 30. So our range is 33. I don't know if there's only 5 data points here. There could be 500 data points here. This is a generalization. If I want to do my interquartile range, which is my upper quartile minus my lower quartile. Great. So, in this case, my upper quartile is about 55. My lower quartile, about 33. So this gets us our interquartile range. So our interquartile range is 22. Now let's say we had a question over here. We want to know the percent between, well, actually, let's do between. Let's do at least $33. Okay, so I'm going to find 33 here. That happens to be my lower quartile. So I have 25% in here, 25% of the data here, and 25% of the data here. I want to go 33 and up. So I have 25% plus 25% plus 25% gets me 75%. Okay, so really quick recap. Your box plot, your minimum and maximum are points that are connected with a straight line to your box. Your box is created by your lower quartile on the left, your median, wherever it happens to be in the middle. It doesn't always have to be here, because you notice over here it's much further to one end. And then your upper quartile is the far right end of the box. When we're reading it, each of these sections is worth 25%, so even this little tiny piece here is also worth 25%. We then get the full 100. We find our range again, max minus min, interquartile range, upper quartile minus lower quartile. Today is Wednesday, so I will see you in class at 10 a.m.